Sam drank 5 cups of coffee before lunch, every single day, and he still couldn't focus for more than 11 minutes straight. His brain felt like a browser with 47 tabs open, half of them buffering, none of them useful. He thought caffeine was the answer. Turns out it was the problem. This is the story of how Sam rewired his focus from the ground up. No coffee, no supplements, no hacks that only work for robots. Just 5 changes that turned his scattered brain into a locked-in machine. Sam was a freelance graphic designer. Deadlines every week. Clients in different time zones. A to-do list that multiplied overnight like it had a life of its own. His mornings looked the same. Alarm at 6:45. Coffee by 6:47. Second cup by 7:30. Third by 9. By 10 a.m., his hands were shaky, his thoughts were racing, and he was toggling between his inbox, a half-finished design, and a YouTube video about pandas. He called it multitasking. His brain called it chaos. Here's what Sam didn't know. Caffeine doesn't actually give you energy. It blocks a chemical called adenosine, which is the molecule that tells your brain you're tired. So you don't feel the tiredness, but it's still there, stacking up behind a chemical dam. And when that dam breaks around 2 p.m., the crash isn't just tiredness. It's tiredness plus the borrowed energy your brain never actually had. Researchers at Johns Hopkins found that regular caffeine users don't even get a performance boost anymore. They just drink coffee to feel normal, to get back to baseline, not above it. Sam was running on a treadmill disguised as a rocket ship. So, one Tuesday, after missing a client deadline because he spent 40 minutes just quickly checking Twitter, Sam made a decision. No more coffee for 30 days. Not because he hated coffee, because he needed to find out what focus actually felt like without it. Days 1 through 3 were rough. Sam had headaches. He was irritable. He yawned so much his jaw hurt. But by day 4, something shifted. He woke up and his brain felt quiet. Not sluggish, just still. Like a lake with no wind on it. That stillness scared him at first. He was so used to the caffeine buzz that calm felt like something was wrong. It wasn't wrong. It was his baseline. He had just never sat with it long enough to recognize it. And that's when Sam started experimenting. Change number 1, morning light. Sam read that exposure to sunlight within the first 30 minutes of waking triggers a cortisol spike. Not the bad kind. The kind that tells your brain the day has started. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman calls this the single most important thing you can do to regulate your energy and focus across the entire day. Sam started walking to the end of his street and back every morning. 10 minutes. No phone, just light hitting his eyes. Within a week, his mornings felt sharper. Not wired, just present. Change number 2. The 90-minute block. Sam learned about ultradian rhythms. Your brain naturally cycles through periods of high focus and low focus roughly every 90 minutes. Fighting that cycle is like swimming against a current. You burn energy and go nowhere. So, Sam stopped trying to focus for 4 hours straight. Instead, he set a timer for 90 minutes. One task. No switching, no inbox, phone in another room. When the timer went off, he stopped, even if he was mid-flow. He took a 15 to 20-minute break. Then he did another block. 2 blocks a day gave him more real output than 8 hours of scattered work ever did. By week 2, Sam had a foundation. Light in the morning. Focused 90-minute blocks. No caffeine clouding his adenosine signals. But he wanted more. He wanted that locked-in state where time disappears and the work just flows. The state psychologists call flow. So he made 3 more changes. Change number 3. Movement before focus. Sam noticed that on days he went for a run or did a quick workout before his first focus block, his concentration was noticeably better. There's science behind this. Exercise increases levels of norepinephrine, dopamine, and brain-derived neurotrophic factor. In plain language, it primes your brain for attention and learning. A 2019 study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that even a single bout of moderate exercise improved concentration and attention for up to 2 hours afterwards. Sam didn't need a full gym session. 15 minutes of bodyweight exercises in his living room, push-ups, squats, a few minutes of jumping jacks, enough to get his heart rate up and his brain switched on. Change number 4. The physiological sigh. Some days, even with all the right conditions, Sam's mind wandered. A thought about a bill, a worry about a client email, random noise that pulled him out of the zone. He found a technique from Stanford researcher Dr. Andrew Huberman called the physiological sigh. 2 short inhales through the nose, followed by 1 long exhale through the mouth. It takes about 5 seconds. And it activates the parasympathetic nervous system almost immediately. The part of your nervous system responsible for calm and control. Sam started using it every time he noticed his attention slipping, not as a ritual, just a quick reset. 2 inhales, 1 long exhale. Back to work, change number 5, sound as an anchor. Sam experimented with brown noise, not white noise, which is harsh and hissy. Brown noise is deeper, like a low, constant hum. Think distant thunder or a heavy waterfall. Research published in the journal Scientific Reports found that certain types of ambient noise can improve sustained attention by masking distracting sounds and giving the brain a consistent auditory environment to settle into. Sam put on brown noise through his headphones at the start of every focus block. It became a trigger. Noise on meant focus mode. Noise off meant break time. His brain started associating the sound with deep work automatically. By day 30, Sam's life looked different. Not dramatically different. He wasn't on a yacht. He hadn't 10x'd his income. This isn't that kind of story. But the work that used to take him 8 scattered hours now took him 3 focused ones. He was finishing projects a day ahead of deadline instead of an hour after. His clients noticed. He noticed. And the headaches? Gone by day 5. The cravings? Gone by day 12. The anxiety that he always assumed was just part of being a freelancer. Turns out a lot of it was caffeine-induced adrenaline that he had been misreading as stress. Sam did eventually start drinking coffee again, but differently. 1 cup, after 10 a.m., never before his morning light walk, never during a focus block. Coffee became something he enjoyed, not something he depended on. The real shift wasn't about removing caffeine, it was about discovering that his brain already had everything it needed to focus. He had just been drowning it out. 5 changes, no supplements, no expensive gadgets, no willpower speeches. 1. Morning sunlight within 30 minutes of waking. 2. Work in 90-minute focus blocks with real breaks in between. 3. Move your body before your first focus session. 4. Use the physiological sigh to reset when your attention drifts. 5. Use brown noise as a focus anchor. Sam's story isn't special. His brain isn't unique. These aren't things that only work for certain people. Your brain already knows how to focus. You just need to stop getting in its way. If you've been relying on caffeine to power through your day, try dropping it for 7 days and stacking just 2 of these changes. See what happens. And if you want to fix the other half of the equation, watch this video next on how to fix your sleep in 7 days. Because focus starts the night before.